Anubis. Will OG be able to surprise on this T side? It is a map that can be a bit snowbally if the T side gets a rolling.
Precisely, but the T side Mirage, it didn't start,
That's
right?
fair.
Remember, it was
That's
6
fair.
rounds out the gate. They barely got any kills. They weren't getting into sites. That has to change. So immediately out the gates, the 1 expert odds are heavily favoring Vitality, and you can understand why. But all 5 up towards the rugs, looking for a bit of a bargain sale, as it is just ZywOo on the site right now, playing behind the cake.
Did you just say just ZywOo? It's ZywOo gonna be holding.
He's just another player, Alex.
Just another
like
player.
you and me.
With the best pistol stats in the game.
And his favorite pistols.
And his favorite pistols. Not today. Clothesline by Regali. They're into the site now, and that's a bit of a meal out of that one. Magisk gets it. Oh, no! Okay, snaps the neck of FASHR with the silence USP. A site. Ooh, careful, Keto. You've got a power position now. With that bomb down, time ticking. Set for success here for OG. Now, they do have 2 prongs to this retake. Flames eat. That's through. Regali deleted. Might overlook the second. Next on the cake's been spotted out as well. He's struggling to use the jewel. Now it's up to Keto. Could go for a clutch. They are on the defuse, but he's got to be bodyguarded by Apex.
Burst?
Apex has done it, and Vitality retake it. That is a bit of a fumble from OG.
Yeah, they into the site for almost free there, and we know that how easy, well, not easy, right? How winnable scenarios in that site can be once you get the bomb down in number disadvantage situations. So it's the Magisk double that is the difference maker there. One, you said he made a bit of a meal. The second, beautiful, crispy with that USP straight between the eyes. But another pistol round for Vitality. I'll make that, well, 2 out of the 3 available so far. So far, only CT pistols have been converted. There you go. Fun little stat line right there.
Tidbit.
But look at this, a plan. It facilitates Galils. Yeah, so the story goes, they have comparable weaponry. The fights are meant to be somewhat even. ZywOo kills 2, Spinx with a FAMAS. Not really set up in positions to take the fights appropriately. And the round's over. Well, the map's orange as well, so maybe it will play out exactly the same as Mirage.
Yeah, no, I think that is the correlation.
The color of the maps.
It's the color of the maps. Yeah, 100%. If this map had been more like, lime green,
then it could have been an OG.
It could have been an OG map. Yeah, Season, for example.
I remember when they made this a whole. Oh,
hello!
Look at that little slither gap that was being adopted by Apex there, and we can even hear his voice. So a lot of comments from Mr. Dan Magisk as Fiku gets 1 traded, and it is just Regali. They know where he was. He was definitely spotted, and you can tell by that flash in towards Temple. Regali's position is at least noted for now. The bomb on the back, it would be some clutch here from the young Romanian.
Find onto Spinx. It's going to make it a bit more costly for Vitality. Oh, yeah, okay. Gets the info on another. Flamesy fires off the shot. It would be massive, right? So smoke dark and try.
He'd get a pat on the back from me with a plan here.
This is very nice. Extra cash. 800 bucks each in round lost with a bomb down. So very happy with that one.
Okay, better than nothing. But it was a
Consider
bit more,
how that started,
exactly,
right?
Yeah. So the fact that they get 2 kills out of it, they get the bomb down, great. Good job. M4s are retained here for Vitality. OG likely just to limp in here with something a little bit naughty, maybe some Tech 9s. But yeah, that approach, just taking that fight and no dark smoke. So the duel had there. ZywOo just gets 2 clean, easy kills at range with the silenced M4, and it must be feeling an awful lot like Mirage here. It's much more quiet here today, isn't it?
Chad, I was trying to work out what it is. Do we maybe have a different mix on this? We
I would say so.
Before.
Yeah, that's true. This is the first time we've been in this location.
We're not
it's very sterile.
We're not hearing
now, isn't
any of the players.
Maybe they're whispering.
No, but I think that's something we can probably adjust.
All right.
I'll get the man on.
You talk to your people.
Bone.
Another nade stack out of this time OG here, trying to do damage in mid, and we saw the success that Vitality were able to have with that on there. T-side of Mirage onto Mr. Regali, but softened up his ZywOo. So he was just hoping to prayer right there to manufacture an opener. You need to be a bit more creative in rounds like this when you don't have all the bells and whistles, so a good way to at least inflict some damage here. Apex quite low, and hold up a second, there's a lot of pressure here, Alex.
Yeah, there is, and some ground has been covered. ZywOo could be a dead man.
Can't peek that, can he?
No, not with this HP.
Nice limp smoke, I'm liking
this.
Yeah,
hold the spray though, catches FASHR, next a gap around it as well, so Magisk profits, and Fiku next victim, well managed, and though threatening, it's only Keto that gives OG so much to celebrate. and he's out of there with the bomb. So puffing up their chest, forcing rotates, getting a frag, but now running into Spinx, a long-range angle with an M4. I wonder if he takes any, more. As regali spots him out, could be a good headshot. A deagle shot to the head makes this round interesting.
Yeah, look, they can run straight in towards Dark here, pick up this rifle. Flames responding with an incendiary. They're not going to run through this. Oh, extinguish.
Sure. That's not bad. If Kito's across, now he's got 2 angles to worry about. You can see Flames, he wasn't ready for that, but he is for regali. Shuts him out. And Kito falls at the hands of Flamesy. Well handled, but threatening nonetheless from OG.
Yeah, you could see maybe a world where that could get out of control, but a good understanding of the situation from Flamesy there. Drops that incendiary in time. The extinguish is the only way through. ZywOo, considering how low he was, great to get something out of this. And Magisk just under the gap of this smoke here. There we go. We can hear him now.
Hey,
see?
that's nice.
You got on the phone.
I did.
All right, well,
mission accomplished for us and for the Vitality. 3-0.
This could be a bit of a mid-harass here out of the likes of regali and Nexa. So a deep smoke in play. Traditionally, you will see the boost come over the top. FASHR and Kito over towards the boat area, and there's that boost. So on the left-hand side is Apex. Oh, yep, and prepared for that. It's a very standard approach to hold this mid-control.
That is no fun at all for regali.
You just have to be careful as well, right? Because if there's a CT playing dark and you're scoping top mid and and you're doing it very obviously, they're going to hear that and they're going to communicate that, and then the pre-aim's going to be there. That's a standard response to a deep mid smoke, especially from an AWPer. I think we saw it being done by Cloud9 yesterday, and they would use that to scale through. They'd have one guy spam, they'd have the boost up, and they'd be able to scale through that smoke and try and get a bit of extra space. But here, down a man early, OG. Well, grouping up now across the bridge. 2 players down in the canal, 2 crossing the bridge towards mid. The bomb's still down over towards B. So no real finish decided for OG just yet. It's going to be a peek here. Flame stepping out, head spotted. FASHR, great shot. That's the double up.
They go looking for trouble and trouble finds them. FASHR, magnificent double. Chip back with the nade, but look at Magisk. That's what they wanted. Oh, it doesn't quite finish the job. 2 HP left on that one. And so ZywOo rotates towards A, and it's all in vain because now Kito's called B site clear. Apex deleted. ZywOo, the spray from Nexa. Yeah,
you saw that. He knows he should have had that one.
Yeah, we all did.
As long as they're planting the bomb now,
oh, goodness.
Everything's okay. Got awfully close there, didn't it? Fiku just in time. Now, if ZywOo wasn't so low, I think maybe he'd give it a crack here. But considering the HP circumstances, might just want to retain this silenced M4. The cash for Spinx is very, very low, even though Kito and FASHR are exactly the same in that HP department. But look at this.
You can see, JRaz is highlighting just how possible that friction could have been. Kito's not going to be going for a clear, though. He does have to get out of there or run towards ZywOo. Yeah, hang on. Kito, probably fine here.
Yeah, I think the range is probably
pretty
all good, generous. But that's the thing. Does he panic?
Right.
How?
Oh. Can you believe it? AK-47 upgrade, sir? Is that what you were asking for?
Thank you very much.
One-shot headshot, was it? Yep, there it is.
What a kind donation of you. I'll take that every day of the week. Okay, well, ZywOo fortunate there to be able to scoop that one up. There is enough money for Magisk, Flames, and Apex to get a buy going here. So we'll wait and see what the response is, but this is all FASHR. 2 great kills. They're down a man. They've just positioned. We're talking 2 mid-bridge. We're talking 2 canal, and the kills come their way, and they deliver the necessary shots. So good stuff for OG.
Kito was really fun to watch on this map when playing with Big, doing these canal progressions into dark. He has a good kind of sixth sense for finding timings on those dark smokes, and at least that was what it used to look like. And this round looks very different, and from the rip, from that T side, a 2-man A setup. You can see Apex playing a reactionary defense on mid. But
Magisk has a smoke here.
He's going to call for help now.
He's in trouble.
He has to smoke, but they're going to rush. Flash to be good. Ahead of it is Kito. FASHR, another impactful kill. It's a double as well from FASHR.
That's all 4 of his frags so far. Have essentially secured rounds. The 2 rounds that OG now have. FASHR, magnificent work here. What else could you ask for? On the jiggle, they spot him. They surge. There's even a flash available, but too little, too late. As Vitality will stomach now consecutive rounds going against them.
Very nice.
Another 40 seconds to hold on to these rifles, and Spinx, he's only got an MP9, so See if he can find himself an upgrade here. He's not littering too far forward. But this is a much more competitive start out of OG here, and maybe the stakes of having to drop down and take on that of Na'Vi in the lower bracket. And they obviously want to win here today. It is just getting drawn against Vitality. You know it's going to be an uphill battle. But we were talking about that energy. We saw it from FASHR after they won the CT pistol on Mirage, giving a bit of a yell. Hopefully they can find a bit more of that. And FASHR is the man bringing the frags right now, which, again, has... There you go. See, Raga finding a bit of hype here as well.
Yeah, but I mean, if anything, that draws my attention to just how quiet it has been from OG. Obviously, after that first map, your shortcomings on the first map, it can be difficult to kind of get the juices flowing once again and to feel like this is something you can keep replicating. But I mean, if FASHR walked into sight and gets 2 kills every round,
it's beautiful.
Yeah. Restoration.
Yeah.
Brewing.
And that setup, though, it's a very dicey setup to play. Like, if you were stalling with a molly, it's a bit different. A smoke, they're going to run through it if they're feeling... If they're in the smoke as you deploy it, they're coming through.
Yeah, and that flash as well, just a little bit too little, too late.
They need to use these saved rifles here to try and find themselves a bit of an opening incision here, Vitality. At least apply some pressure. This time it's going to be ZywOo's AWP over towards Fountain. So deep position held. The basket's molly is telling that somebody is on the other side. ZywOo has been spotted here. Oh.
ZywOo lets it go.
Excuse me. That's unusual.
Yeah, unusual, uncharacteristic miss on a bit of a setter. Keto. Can't believe his luck. He's taken down the most threatening player and weapon in this round from Vitality.
Should be an easy finish here. Just group up over towards boat. You should be able to execute. Right, Keto doesn't have to continue with this fight. If he just holds the AWP, smoke off heaven, molly's in play, or just push and take the fight. Apparently no utility needed. The OG way. That might have been a double smoke connector there, but it's all good. They've definitely got this round in the bag here. Just Flamesy, Apex, and Spinx, and time things up here. 3-3 is Nexa. Locking down mid on the rotate. Making sure Apex can't find any room. And look, this doesn't have the most punch to it just yet, but I can imagine it may be changing shortly. We know that OG enjoy being direct, but once they've put their players in positions to find these frags, they've done great. These little explosive spurts. And another one hits the deck. Great shot from Fiku onto Flames. Can't complain with this. All 5 looking to stay alive, and OG. Tidy bank being built up here.
Spinx trying to hold on to something. Oh, one and done. 3-3. That's it. That's FASHR trying to keep the troops motivated. And this is exactly what OG need to continue with. 3 rounds on the trot. Vitality starting to feel a bit frustrated. Flames is hydrated.
I know when you, like I mentioned it earlier, when you pick into a map like this, we haven't seen OG play this officially yet, so you don't know exactly what it's going to look like, what their tendencies are going to be, where they're going to be approaching. Whereas if you're Vitality, you're hoping just to be able to come in here and make your play style work. And right now, look, it is 3-3. It's still very early stages in this, but are probably identifying OG's approach, right? That's going to be a tactical timeout at some point to talk about, hey, this is what they've been doing, this is where the players have been. But if they keep it more packed, like more 4-1, right, it will be harder to identify. And again, this conditioning towards A, they really like it.
Let's see if they've fixed their setup. Look at this angle. This is a headshot required out of Magisk. Oh, stunning work. Leaves with 2 before Fiku finally shuts him down, but that's info and that's space. Nexa stretching his legs up mid, nice and early. No information for the Vitality squad. Flamesy and Apex to re-clear. So dry.
They'll have to clear deep as well because this is a worry. They know that they've left this open. Yeah, creeping up now. You should see them. Oh, they're just going to play for A here. Okay. A little bit worried about ZywOo. They should see a regress towards A then. This Utah's going to hold them at bay for now. Fiku, I think his presence be known with the molly.
And Fiku this time unable to hit the orb shot. ZywOo with a double of his own, and Flamesy is ready for that mid-walk, so everything's fine. Vitality return to their winning ways. A definitely seems to be the object of OG's desire.
Yeah, just to contact in, and right, well, it worked in a previous round, and this time around just getting stalled out by a double against them. So I think that shows you the difference. It's not that there's an awful lot of nuance to this, is there? Hey guys, let's contact A, let's apply pressure, let's see if Keto can find us a pick, and if not, we can trade him. Well, Magisk gets 2 there, right? Yeah. And that is going to be a bit of a problem. But if you go in and you get the opener, well, we've seen the difference. So it's hard to fault it. But this time around, definitely not playing out as they would have hoped. Again, FASHR, Quito paired up. Nexa mid. Fiku outside B. Regali's orb over towards T stairs. A deeper molly from Magisk. This time pushed up towards the bench area. I guess it's a table, isn't it? It's not a bench. It's a table with coffee beans on it.
Yeah. And a nice tablecloth as well, which is immaculate, even though Magisk is troundling all over it with his boots.
Well, that's how you know it's for sale.
Ooh, Apex info. Nexa the same. He's getting mid for free. Like, Vitality...
Yeah, they're not blocking it a lot, are they?
It seems deliberate. It's certainly a conscious choice. Speculative HE down canal, no one home.
Yeah, quite
Quito's
deep.
tucked, yeah.
Just a little bit of flak damage on Regali there. That one, a whole lot better. FASHR and Quito cop a face full of that. Just 2 players on the site now. And this is one of the more turtled up setups you'd see on this map, right? As we mentioned, they're not fighting for mid, they're not pushing across the map. This is one of the more defensive CT setups that you traditionally see on Anubis.
Forces the fight with the flames. Quito doesn't have any help, and actually FASHR does brave it, trade it, and now Spinx is about to have a face full of bullets. Nexa one. How is Spinx still alive? Zywa's got a lot to do here, and from main as well. This, multiple pincers at the same time. You can see how difficult it was for that turtle to thrive.
I'm not sure why they're playing. Actually, I do know why they're playing like this, because the round they played for info by pushing dark, FASHR ripped off 2 of their heads, and now they're too scared to go for those type of info moves. But think about how much space they're giving across the map to OG here without contesting it at all. You can have middle. Okay, we won't give you A main this round, sure. Well, I'll play a little bit more aggressive. I'll throw a molly and a more aggressive smoke, but you don't have info as to where they are. You're just blocking main. They're playing on the site on B. They were harassing dark with nades, right? And you see Zywa, they're completely caught off guard by the fact that long was even open. So maybe not looking perfect right now, Vitality. But OG, just by saying these silent assassins and being given this room, they're using it. They're just going to waltz in. They'll explode. That's where those spurts of explosiveness come out, and if they make the necessary trades like this, right, this is the protocols. Okay, they molly, but we have to go. Someone needs to extinguish. As long as the players can all understand this, and nobody, especially Nexa, needs to be calling and micromanaging all those details, well, you're going to be able to get in and tie things up 4-4 again. So we know that, well, actually, I don't know. I think that initially when this map came out, we were seeing the T-sides looking pretty good, but over time, I would like to think that it's evolved where people have a much better grasp of the CT side, the moves available, the info plays, the type of coordinated pushes. And I hope to see a bit more of that here out of Vitality, or maybe Zonic needs to take a timeout to remind them of the type of maneuvers like this that they need to be pulling off to get some space, to instill some fear into OG.
But they're walking to the orb.
Oh,
no! Caught switching away as well upon the flash.
Hard area to retake.
Nade, brilliant. Flames for Nexa into Flamesy, and it's perfect. Just as you prophesized, Chad, Vitality do return to a more aggressive flare, and Magisk in mid this time. Yeah, it's not going to be free anywhere across the map, and now limping with a 2-man advantage for Vitality's defense.
And if this is the way that OG want to play, it's fine, right? It's very individual heavy here. Look at how many nades they have left, right? They're not trying to condition parts of the map early with their util. They're happy to wait for Vitality to start and then try and close out like we've seen. But if you lose these opening exchanges again, then the round is over. And this is exactly reminiscent with Mirage. So right now it's still too early to say if it's going to work here on Anubis or not, because it's only a 1-round game at this juncture. But when it doesn't work, it just looks a little bit silly. Everything feels squandered and wasted, right? And now they limp in a number disadvantaged situation to get peeled apart without much damage. But Fash has been sharp.
Yeah, he does look like he's woken up on the right side of the bed. Another head spotted. Flamesy next victim. FASHR fragging up a storm. Go on, my son. Behind, unfortunate, considering dark. But he is a threat. He is clearly a threat today. And OG need him. They're going to require him to continue that form.
Yeah, Apex's expression right there as well, knowing that that is the way that they had to finish the round. You'd be a bit disappointed because now you know that the finance situation, you're going to have to drop some guns. That would have been a good bank building round, considering it started with 2 free frags. Well, weren't free. They were hard fought for, but 2 frags that came their way out the gates with that aggressive B-long push. And then you end up giving up 3 casualties. So great job from FASHR to peel those back. You can see it's kept Vitality teetering here. So a really good impact, even though it wasn't the round. Will there be an aggressive flare again? It doesn't look like it. 3-1-1 here.
Smoke sails through.
Yeah, you see, they're not even playing mid. Like, look at the radar here. There's nobody. Ooh, Miss Molly there. Meant to land on the other side of the fence. Now they've exchanged control. Missed op shot from Regali. Under pressure again. Don't think you want to re-peek that one anytime quickly. Now they're taking this mid control, so Nexa and Fiku should have a pretty good idea that that space is available to them. Because I was just playing the jiggle from A the entire time. It's just an early warning system. This A split looking likely now.
So Magisk and ZywOo can get done here. They are coming for him. That's the bomb down, but FASHR gives OG hope. Hold on to the bomb. An advantage for Vitality, but for how long? Fiku's the good onto Apex. It's ZywOo trading, now FASHR hunting. And he's down to the ZywOo spray. On the reload, Regali punishes, and a 1v3 takes shape. Taking form, 35 seconds. It's Spinx and Flamesy, the two Israelis, probably swapping languages and preparing for the close. Can the Romanian go all the way?
He's found the perfect gap here.
Into the B site, into the clutch.
Perfect gap, and also take a look at what utility he has available. He can stay scoped in this entire time. He has time to pull this off. Flamesy, understanding the situation now. I think the footsteps have been heard. He might be able to drop the molly behind him, maybe smoke towards CT or vice versa, but 10 seconds. We'll need to get a move on now. Smoke deployed. Flamesy, is he going to run at him? Will he give him the one-on-one? Bomb to be punched in.
He gets it down. Regali looking for the clutch, looking for Flamesy. Sprays him down, pushing the Ivy and pushing the issue. An attempt, a valid one, triple out of ZywOo to get them in started with that round, and it's 5 for Vitality.
Yeah, just I think the Spinx's timing with the flank, it gave the information to Flamesy to start rotating over towards the other side of the site. I like this hit. Magisk quite far forward. Feels like it could have been good for 2 there, but it's ZywOo doing all this hard work, catching Fiku, who previously took down Apex, and then the pivot. He had 2 bullets left after that, so important kills from ZywOo there. But Regali, you know, if he just had a little bit more breathing room there to be able to establish with that AWP, not have to fight against an MP9 at range, could have been his round. A nice plant, but now a 2-round difference, and they're humbled in the finance department. Loss bonus into the next is going to be that 2,400. So they are taking a lighter investment here. A couple of flashes and very heavy A presence. ZywOo and Magisk are the 2 that will get to farm this one up, but ZywOo has the AWP. How deep into the site can they get?
That is the question. A couple of flashes, they'd have to be perfect. As ZywOo has vision, doesn't find the first. They're in, full commitment, Apex connecting, one back, but still gonna be difficult to get that bomb down. Fiku changes the dialogue with a deagle shot. Now they can plant on Cake. Nexa hoping for a head to present itself towards the bricks, but this still stacked up against OG, and Fiku losing his head. OG lose their round, but another bomb down.
Yeah, a great round considering what the investment was. I'd be very happy with that if I was OG. Right, getting the kills, great, and then you start to feel, oh, maybe we're in a situation we grab one more, pick up these rifles, but still, a couple of kills, bomb goes down, plenty of extra cash right now. Regali maybe can get dropped an AWP from Fiku here to make sure he has all the bells and whistles to go with that big green. And they are going to take a tactical timeout the first here for OG. So Rugger, his 30 seconds to get on the mic. Zonic the same on the other side of the server. And you need to just discuss about the status quo of what's been going on so far. They haven't really been contesting mid. We've been able to creep across next year, getting the space you're looking for. Tend to be jiggling a bit more passive towards A. So what are we looking at for OG here? Do we see a pace change? Do we try and harass middle a little bit more? A Vitality also going to identify the gap. This is with the mind games. What's going to be called next from either side of the server here starts to come into play. You could not smoke middle, and you could let ZywOo go there with the AWP. Regali opted not to go for the big green this time round, which might be telling of something more execute heavy here.
Well, considering the space they've been finding on some of these more poppy and direct plays, with the rifles, perhaps they're going to be trying something similar, actually, anticipating those aggressive openings from Vitality towards the B side of the map. It's Regali has help this time, and Apex has no head remaining. Nexa straight through the smoke and taking the chance to take the space. He knows it's unlikely there's a second.
Yeah, he normally gets the space for free, so the fact that he got it for free and a kill, you'll take both of those things, and now they don't even need to pressure that side of the map because they know Vitality need to search elsewhere, and here it is. The walk down dark, but FASHR not visible right now. Would need to be mollied out of position or hard cleared from Spinx.
Yeah, the support, though, coming down those stairs. Nexa spotted, eliminated. FASHR, a response.
Yeah, good trade from FASHR.
Spinx, however, using every weapon available
Drop
to
on
him.
down, come on down.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
The water's warm, Regali. Spinx would love it.
Keto would too. That was a real opportunity.
Oh.
Feels like he's let that one slip away. An opportunity to really dig your teeth into this round.
Well, regali, last man standing again. We've seen an awful lot of this. This time, another 1-on-3. We've been here before, but the bomb could not be in a worse position. Now, he has been able to find himself into the backlines here, but it's already being considered because Flames has to worry about B-Long as well.
I quite like the setup from Spinx and Flames, considering when the bomb's been posted on the AWP. And yeah, look, regali, you might get Spinx. You might not. Flames holding. 8 secured for Vitality. And on their pick as well, this was a question mark. It was a conversation. I think yesterday seeing Cloud9 pick Anubis and lose it to Fnatic, that was a little demonstration that it's not always going to be hunky-dory. Admittedly, a team that has made a lot of roster changes is not quite the same for Vitality. What?
Yeah, well, over there with Cloud9 as well, we know this unfortunate Axel situation, right? And then and just I feel bad for Buster because there's nothing unless he was top fragging every game, there's nothing he could have done when he's played the game to be like, oh yeah, that was fine, right? Because you're standing in for Axel, who everybody wanted to see playing with this team. Everybody wanted to see Cloud9 in the server. I guess it is what it is. This is how the adage goes.
Yeah. Hard to deny that it is what it is.
Yeah, and they're just going to have to stomach this, right? And hope that it isn't anything that is too worrisome for Cloud9 going forward. Hopefully they can sort out the visa issues and we can see Axel at the next event with the team. Because they are going up against 9, and 9 aren't great on Ancient, but I'm sure they put a lot of practice in it on the break, so maybe they can steal it away, as OG look to do the same here with another one of these partial investments. This time, congregated heavily outside B-Long, looking to execute into Flamesy, Spinx, and Apex alongside for the ride this time round.
Poppy and swinging. Flamesy, Apex need to start hitting some shots, otherwise they're going to lose the sight as Fiku fills the feed on that Tech 9. Keto follows suit, and now the sight is theirs. The round should follow.
Absolutely wrecked.
Wow.
That is a mauling. This explosive nature of OG can get themselves on the precipice and they can get past the initial choke point. Look at how scary they are.
Yep.
Just ran all over them. That's round 5.
And
Thank you very much.
Absolutely love the simplicity of that. You actually got to hear it this time. 1, 2, 3, bang. Everyone starts to flood into the site, and the CG is completely rocked.
Yeah, that setup got made to look very silly,
dream.
didn't it? You have Apex looking over the wall to see any U2 coming over. Also has a flash at the ready to underrun when they do explode. He did that. He jumped towards platform. Still got run over. Flames, once he gets cold, or he's on the jump, right, drops a molly towards jail, but they just scouted close. It's like, yeah, we wanted to actually kill you. We didn't want the jail space. Actually, you can have it.
We all know what it's like, you know, throwing that nade and those Tech 9s are running at you. It feels like the longest second as you're trying to redeploy your rifle. Watch Flames' death hit. Oh, I didn't see that one.
It's so much better than I thought.
Gorgeous. The bunny hop as the molly blooms through the flames, off and in.
That was stylish. That was real stylish. Okay.
Yeah.
We just thought they just got run over. That was beautiful. I love that. Great little replay there.
They could be racking up 7.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Torping, double AWPing. Spinx like the way that felt. In the previous recovered AWP, smoke is deep. Really limits the playtime and options for Keto at this juncture. Gonna have to wait that one out. And actually a smoke towards A main as well.
Apex is creeping mid here. Look how comfy he is. Not expected at all. Flubs his lines, but that was the bomb, so good information. You can see Nexus setting up towards B.
Forced to fight, and he's dead. FASHR, good
Just
for
Spinx
it. Too dark, and yeah, Spinx that AWP was going to get very, very difficult. Magisk has caught 1.
Good response from Magisk.
2 AWPs to hold this B site. Spinx still responsible for that dark side. Magisk is crawling behind Keto as well. They are into the site, albeit still up for debate. Once these smokes fade, it's going to get very difficult in the post-plant timing. Magisk tries his luck. His back was turned on Keto. Level for a moment. Apex finishes off Fiku. And Keto and regali got to go up clutch. Can't be missing shots like that. regali does make good on the promise. And he frags up a storm. 2 and a third imminent as regali closes. An important round for OG. Again successful, back-to-back onto B.
And you mentioned 7. That right there may have secured it. The money for Vitality going into last round of this first half. It is looking rough around the edges here. Sure, they'll get a couple of M4s out, but this is great resilience from OG. after map 1 absolutely drubbed. Their map choice of Mirage made to look silly, but here on Anubis, not giving up just yet, and some great AWPing from the young Romanian here. Just dancing around the site, lining them up, knocking them down, and getting FASHR fired up here. Still trying to bring that energy. That's Vitality, they're being made to work here. And then don't feel like they have the same bite as they had in the previous, right? All the kills came their way, they hit those shots. This time around, it feels like they're not as aggressive. As Magisk far forward, gets the first and just gets away. Next, got another mid-opening. So last round, he went down to Apex. This time, he gets a little bit of revenge. It's just been a curious conversation about mid this time, but Regali again takes the dink, still gets the kill.
Yeah, Zoe has to react. That's what they're waiting for, though. He's a smart player, is Mr. Elbow. And he's conceded it. Flamesy, perhaps a little window of opportunity here.
They
on
have
the
everything
Fiku
covered,
bridge.
though. I know that his back's open right now, but even if he goes down, Nexus is still going to be able to deal with any leaks from behind.
Problem solved.
Yeah, simple as that.
Damn. Despite all of that damage from Vitality, they will be empty-handed in the final round of this second map. First half. Regali confirms it. And Spinx would have to do the impossible at this junction. Nope! It finishes off FASHR. No kit. So an impossible round to lose. OG will take it, and Spinxy's just farming up some extra kills, getting those stats padded, and we'll be right back with our second half. Can OG take us the distance and take Vitality down a peg?
What is your calling?
We've swapped sides and we're on that second map. Already a map under their belt. It's Vitality. And we're going to be seeing if they can give them the belt here on that pistol round. OG, it was looking promising. FASHR hitting some bangers and Regali with some closes. Let's see how this pistol goes and whether or not Vitality will be seeing overpass.
Now, we needed OG to do a little bit of convincing, especially after their own map choice. You can see top right of the screen, 16-6 loss on Mirage. Got a hand to their asses. Vitality just mauled them here. It's been a much more competitive affair, but this second half is going to be telling. Right? Is it going to be competitive, or will Vitality now give us that 100% to get it across the line in a 2-0 fashion?
Just be careful, Flamesy. If he goes down, FASHR and Keto don't push the issue.
It's bad info here. They're going to assume it's going to be a site hit, right? You creep mid, you don't see anything down towards Canal early, you don't see anything fighting mid-bridge. You start to make assumptions on where this site finish could be. And guess what? Well, I don't think we know just yet. Vitality is still completely fanned across the map. Spinx watching B, Flames as we just saw mid, and the other three are now going to apply a little bit of pressure over towards A. We're going to have a car crash.
Yeah, they're about to collide. Keto has a lot to do and dealt with two. Zywoo Magisk gone. Jumping in. Next is calling it. That's the bomb. Trying to get the info. Flamesy spotted. Spinx connecting one, but this is falling perfectly into place for OG. A 1v4. Yeah, you got the bomb down. Yeah, you got the first kill, but a whole lot more. Ooh, ouch. Rings the bell of Keto. Regali should finish with the dual Berestas. Gives it a good go. 8-8. OG take that pistol. That's going to be feeling very good. Keto, some great shots.
In this series so far, teams have only won CT-sided pistols, so that is going to stay true to the rule here on Anubis. Great little double up here, and yeah, it's miserable timing because you can see Zywoo and Magisk are starting to pre-fire for deeper angles, and they're clearing into it, so great work from OG. And great shooting from Keto, 3 in total. As now it's Vitality's turn to try the force buy. FASHR continuing to make some noise here. So it is going to be Galil's aplenty. Apex has actually opted to go with a Tech 9 to facilitate some U2. Otherwise, they would have been extremely light on in that department. Flames has even gone for AK Kevlar. And this one has a whole lot more pep in the step over towards A. It's Keto on the site. Now, they do have a good combo here for an A execute. You can smoke towards Connector, you can smoke Heaven, you get the molly towards Bricks, and the flashes in towards the side. They have more than enough to do that. And right now, take a look at the radar. Keto is on an island. Fiku is the closest to support him here.
He chose this org for this very angle, and it gets him nowhere. Flamesy flattened Keto. A site open. Oh, and Fiku flash banged and pants by Vitality.
Didn't even need that util set I was talking about. Mollied out Cake. The Heaven smoke came late. They're in, and if you're OG, you're thinking, how the hell do we get out of here? Well, Regali and FASHR have already managed to put themselves in a further enough distance. Nexa investigating. Blood splattered. You can see the crime scene. He knows exactly what's gone down. But that's going to be that. Vitality respond with a force buy. These rounds is like most of the time it's just over.
Yeah, there is very little, like, you know, it's like it's short stories.
Yeah, we've only had a couple that have been like, okay, yeah, this could go either way.
It's very rarely, yeah, on the seesaw, as it were.
Oh, Flames. Nice entry.
Yeah, gosh, considering that Keto invested into that scope just so you, I mean, it is already, you know, quite a long-range angle, pre-aim.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh, revolting, Flamesy.
Definitely part of his procedures there, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's added that one to the repertoire.
Oh, the flash as well.
Like, you know you've owned him when your frag looks like that, just a statue standing there.
Well, let's see, there's only Spice here. 2 MP9s retained and M4. Some upgrades. And a T-side AUG. I just can't believe his luck here. Dark smoked. Will be blocked for now, and a redeploy available for FASHR as a donation will come across from the likes of Nexa. This time Vitality not as direct in their approach. Need to wait and see what OG are offering up here. Looking at Apex right now. Take a look off the balustrade here, Alex. He's got his hands off the mouse and the keyboard. He's just calling what he wants the finish to be. That's how comfy he is right now.
I believe the word is nonchalant.
Magnifique.
Smoked off middle as they walk in. Regali, Keto. Regali's got that M4, so you'd think that Keto takes the first contact. He does, successfully. Now Regali can activate and mob up! Flames, he's gone! Double from Regali. And there's even more. Apex takes victim. If only he had one more bullet, the nade'll do it! Regali styling on his opponent. Spinx alone in the clutch. And a 1-on-3. They'll take these rifles, they'll set it back up. They've got the bomb under their rule at the front of main.
That's exactly what you want to happen if you're Keto, because you're setting it up for Regali to be able to snap into action like that. So great work again, showing he's handy on the AWP and the rifles, and they should finish Spinx off. No dramas whatsoever. Walters in, and Fico lets him know that is a fantastic round as OG. They will not relent. They will not give up. They're not here to roll over. They're here to play, and they're going to continue to make Vitality work for this. We see a Vitality timeout here just to maybe discuss where things have been going wrong, but Keto, great work from him. His activation. I love the nade as well. You see it pinged off the wall. You know that Apex was already dinked. He was dead regardless. And they will buy yet again.
Light on util, Chatty. Look at that. 3 smokes, 2 flashes. That's it. The round has begun. And that's all that remains. And Regali already takes the leader off of the agenda.
Considering how much was done in the previous round. Went to go dry, just went to go for a fight, walked straight to an AWP, so at least they know what's available here, but...
Now, how do you recover this?
Well, considering the utility circumstances you were talking about, they are in an awful lot of trouble, but if we reflect to that first half, remember Apex got that kill on Regali boosting over the smoke, and then they ended up winning a 4-on-5 just by sitting waiting, and then an info play came their way and they hit a couple of shots. Is an info play coming their way? Apparently, yes.
That's what they've been waiting for. Spinx's placement of the crosshair, not far off the mark, and he will convert. The 2 of them make it look easy.
Exactly. They had the number advantage. Traditionally in Counter-Strike, right, you want to make sure you play that number advantage here, and they thought what they were doing was a good play to get back even more real estate. But now, under pressure, Regali, we need more heroics.
Oh, and the flashbang as well. So first Flames, he frags, then he flashes. And you knew Regali was there, right? The flash came sailing over. We knew he had to be somewhere.
And now another save. So look at that. You reflect on some of the rounds that happened in the previous half, and it's almost the same kind of scenario here. Sure, it was a different push in a different part of the map. Previously, it was dark. This time it was B long, but a similar result. You push in, you don't get the necessary frags, and Vitality, they waltz on, and we continue to exchange rounds here in this second half of play. Pistol for OG, force spray from Vitality, bounce back from OG, and now the same for Vitality. An AWP available for Zywo in the next, so this is beautiful. Flames, a great job from here. We can just take a look if we reflect on the frags. Flames, we've said his name an awful lot here. 19 kills in total for him thus far, leading the server. 3 kills above Keto. The next closest with 16 right now. He said both rounds are Flames' rounds. Think about it.
True.
The previous, we were loving the pre-fire he had onto Keto. Bang, and he also got the second kill on the rotating player. This time, both kills. So both rounds you can attribute to Flames' kills with the AK-47. Okay, the coach here. Raga on the mic, 3rd timeout for OG. It's not over just yet, but I feel that the longer this goes, if it is continuing to be back and forth, and maybe we get deep enough that it's a 12-12 scoreline, if OG then get broken and don't respond, the runway, the red carpet laid out, suppose that conversation could go the same the other way, but the T side, if they get the bombs down, right, if the rounds are a bit closer, I'm going to feel that even with Tech 9s, like OG showed us in that first half, are very serviceable.
Yeah, they certainly can. I think I'd go to the ancient bathhouse first. I'd be interested to see that. Or the ancienne maison de bain, as Apex would say.
Of course. Now, it's not functional, guys. It's just for tourist purposes only.
Yeah, maybe you could take like a wet wipe and give yourself a bath there.
I think that's got a different name.
It does, but my mum uses a very inappropriate version.
I see. Shout out to Mumsy.
Yeah. You know the ladder room's got a different name?
Well, this hasn't been the most rock'em sock'em game of Counter-Strike, right? We've discussed that a lot of these rounds, they fill over after the opening exchanges come in. There has been a couple of late round scenarios, but they have been the peaks of this one as a red smoke deployed here. No, it will be blocked, and does Flames get his molly correct? He will. So this is one way to secure that mid control, and even diligent in case a player was in front of that. So mid doors, almost secure as Apex stomachs a big nade, a deeper molly through the doors. That came from Rugs. You love to see it. The details here. Doors flushed out, Apex through, and mid-pressure applied.
Yeah, it's forced Fiku back. He is still stubborn. I mean, it's so telegraphed that there is occupation here. Covered. Apex crawls. This crab walk in and now spotted out. Activates as Fiku. Will take the AK and keep on charging. This is a problem for a Flamesy. Fiku. That's cheeky. Maybe Spinx gets overlooked here. Yeah, completely. Dizzy. Oh, I love it. I love it. He's communicating a lot. Magisk was out. If Keto goes down, this is a free
They're all flanking. They're all flanking.
Zywoo's waiting. Now gets confirmation they can smoke it. It is a 4-man flank. And they're staring at the smoke. They have to flash through. They have to flash through. Flash and go off the second.
Magisk is here to cover this, but he's low. Very low.
Great flash. They could be pushing Magisk on the orb. Just nothing done. It has to be the woo. Good spray. Can Spinx close out? He's set them up. Finds his double. Can Spinx deliver the same? Safe from the spread. They don't have any
Fishtail
ideas.
plan.
It's not easy for them to hold this. Still holding. FASHR clutches up with the defuse. And that is going to leave a sour taste in Vitality's mouth. A weird way to lose out on your 11.
Yeah, if you're Spinx, you thread the needle, you feel great about this. Hey, there's a player sneaking past me. It's all good. We've got the info. We're going to pinch down on this A site. It's going to be great. I have the rotations covered off. Don't worry about it. Hold up. No one's coming. No one heaven. No one through mid. Everybody coming through A main. And it was Magisk, the man tasked with that, right? I think they dropped the bomb across. Zywoo went for the plant. Magisk covered behind with Bogdan's Law with the AWP. And then just sitting the defuse. You could see Spinx, he still didn't know that both players were in the site. He had no idea. Made to look foolish there. And OG, again, we continue these forced by wars.
Woof.
But everybody dying, that's got to feel miserable. And look what it's reflected in the bike. 3 MP9s of FAMAS.
Who won the last round, right? Like, whoa.
They're in trouble here, OG. They've got to hold on tight.
They're in the right place to receive, though. Vitality, they're going for something quite direct.
Yeah, this could be good for OG.
Temple
this would be the type of round you'd love to win.
From Magisk, flashes over, and Flamesy running in. MP9 activates next to one. Could be seeing Regali find the multi-kill. He does contribute heavily. It's a double from him before the reload strikes FASHR, though. Close quarters.
Beautiful.
And finishes the job with style. Oh, yeah, I knew it had triggered him. I knew that Mirage shouting match was going to be coming back to haunt him as FASHR tries to make that third map happen. You can see that with 11 under the belt and the way in which they've been losing these rounds, Vitality, they are getting rumbled.
Yeah, and I'm really enjoying this now. I think the fact that OG have just been so gritty with these type of rounds, have been able to respond. And this was the best because Vitality were like, okay, no more silly business. Let's try and get this done with a full set piece. And then it just gets stalled out like that. The trading just not there. Surely, there's nothing else to be said here. Consecutive rounds finally for one of these two teams. As there's still the possibility for some damage here. This hero AK at the top of the post is Fiku ready for it as well. That boost, everybody's ready for it, but not ready for that. Flames through and with two. This kid in the AK.
Yeah, he's making this round something to be discussed. The conversation at the very least. Now, FASHR's great onto Zywoo. Mission accomplished. Dark smoked. But there is that question mark about the A defense. Currently unoccupied. Keto close by.
Talking about the players in A, Apex thinking they're going to play default or heaven. Well, nobody's in the site whatsoever. They have gambled. But starting to cheat back over now. Nexa, supporting Keto in middle, glancing towards A.
He's going to investigate further. So, I mean, Flamesy or Magisk spot him out. Nexa gets the info as well. Go for the plant. Flamesy. No armor on that AK, so it does have to be an incredible precise first bullet accuracy. Yeah, the opposite. FASHR, great catch on the side of the head. Magisk just that deagle and found. So well played by OG. They are edging ever closer to closing this out and taking us the distance.
You'd love to allow Keto go and try and find a real gun here. What is there to scoop up? There has to be something. Maybe hold off on that defuse. Just having a look at the finance here. You got to think forward in the rounds. And yeah, they're holding off. FASHR's just constantly tapping that bomb. So just making sure that Keto can get a gun. They'll walk away with 3 AKs in this one. And that is fantastic work for OG. Sure, bomb down again. A bit of damage done. Another double kill from Flames on the AK as he now ascends to 21 kills in total. But this time not enough. This time not enough at all as OG establishing themselves here in this second half. And it will be the first tactical timeout taken from Vitality. So Zonic feeling the need to take this 30 seconds, have a chat with the team. Boys, I've let you ride until this point. But if we don't want to take this to a third, if we don't want to have to play any extra Counter-Strike, if we want to avoid the stress of maybe dropping down to that lower bracket and playing against Na'Vi here within the group stage, we need to pull out our socks right here, right now. And this can get away from them. I think there's been too many of these moments where, you know, they weren't, I don't want to say they weren't playing their own game. They were just, I thought on the CT side, they were playing very turtled up. You know, it didn't really feel like they were playing with any and maybe that was the game plan because they didn't know what OG were going to be throwing their way. But there's lots of reasons for that.
I think one of the reasons you pointed out was also that the way in which that first Dark Aggress went punished.
Sure.
I think that was, you know, with FASHR getting that double headshot, and yeah, they did kind of get caged after that. Chip damage onto Fiku. Presence mid. And on the walk is the Woo. Progressing dark, Flamesy still mid and just lurking out for that.
It's all a delay game here, right? And you can see it mid as well. So they're happy to go with like flash and jiggles. If you can avoid... Oh, here we go, Fiku. This one way, very common. Should be noted as a possibility. And yep, there you have it, of course. You see that smoke, you know what it means. See Apex trying to... Seem to group up now with this number advantage here. Plenty of util left, just by the nature that both of these teams are happy to play these T-side slow defaults, wait for the CTs to use their block utility, wait for them to go for their opening gambit, and then group up late here. As Magisk doing a good job, sending Regali back from that A main position. It's Keto, Nexa, and FASHR now over towards B. As IEM investigates here. Bomb to be scooped up from Flames. About 45 seconds left on the clock. And if they finish B, they'll be going into the stack.
OG dug themselves out of worse.
Oh, look at this bait and switch setup on the platform.
Hoping that FASHR gets a couple and they overlook Keto. Next, first contact. Executing in 30 seconds. Vitality going to get flustered if they get delayed. Still no contact. Magisk gets info. Flash off for now. Good kills. Flurry of frags in favor. But down goes the bomb carrier. Keto set up with 2. Bomb needs to go down, and Regali disconnected. He was the A player, the one defender disconnected from B, and so Vitality looks set to convert this one. But a run of 3 CT rounds out of OG comes to an end.
And finally a round where a T-round wasn't needed for Flames to get any kills, right? He goes down, it's Spinx this time to get the double up. So realistically in this T-half, they'd only profited because of Flames' impact there. This was great. They get that opening pick, they stall out, and that came through Magisk over towards the canal position. Fiku getting a little bit aggressive, trying to be cheeky with it, play the one-way smoke, punished for that type of aggression, and now we'll just be back to a one-round game. Lost bonus, bottom of the barrel here for OG, so you have to take a look at their finances. Regali could drop. But as far as the rest of the team's concerned, it is just Nexa who has enough cash. So this is where a big chat has to be had. It is 1,900 loss into the next. So with where their money's at right now, if there's not big investments from everybody on OG, they can all buy next round with the 1,900. It's not like they only have the 1,400 coming in. They all had a bit of residual cash left over from that spree that they were on. So this is where maybe just get a P250, work with this AWP, see if Regali can find you a pick. And actually Vitality has given Raga an opportunity to maybe say exactly that. And Nexa may be tempted to wanting to buy an M4. Regali drop one, that'd be 2 M4s plus an AWP, then maybe a couple of MP9s. They've won rounds like that before. You don't invest here. You make sure you get a full gun round for everybody into the next. It'll be extremely strong, but you still want to keep this one jarring. Right? You still want to be as much of a nuisance as possible here.
Yeah, you can see that timeout gives them time to really iron out their approach around this AWP. Requesting some util drops and juggling it around, and so the round underway.
They're just sending him towards A here. You know, I thought, oh, and actually they've gone for dark and mid smokes. They know the AWP was safe. So this is great understanding from Vitality. They haven't been smoking dark in every round. It's like, well, where are we going to get picked from an AWP? Oh, it's misthrown. Well highlighted. Maybe intentional, maybe wanting to force out a bit of a one-way here.
Dark player and you hear the smoke, you might operate under the assumption, go a little wide and
try and play behind it, get punished for it. I know there's a version that you can throw that intentionally leaves a one-way for players to scale up behind, but without knowing the intention of it, we'll operate under both assumptions here as Vitality hoping. Information's offered up. Steep nade, but nobody home, and it also helps with the scaling of Zywoo here.
Just bringing the bomb across, so final go signs. In shape. Spinx, first man on the scene. Diligent use of their util here, he's missed it.
Molly.
This could be punished now, there's a gap on that dig. FASHR readies his aim. Second volley, better. Apex finds the first into the site. Nexus still lingers. It would be a lot of the 5-7 and just the one. Fiku's Deagle, the only exception to this Vitality one-way traffic into the B site to tie us up.
Are they going to hunt here? That's the question. Maybe it'll just come to them. Zywo's already on the chase here. Regali, the up and over, spotted, caught in the mantle, still hits the shot. But now his position's noted. And off the leash is Apex starting to hound this dog down.
Faked him out with that. Returning to A after getting the first on the jump up to Ruggs. So yeah, they're looking for him in the wrong vicinity.
The bridge cross right here from Flames could find him.
Yeah. Still a small universe and a glimmer of hope to take the AWP away from Regali. He seems quite content with his position now.
I'd be able to buy one in the next round regardless here, but should be good in the hood. Unless Flames lets go of the WQ right now. If he starts running right now, he might find him. Flames going to find him. Flames going to find him. And that one sucks for Regali. We're all tied up.
Flames, he's a gamer, isn't he? He is a gamer. Hyper aware, clears it out, plays it well, and yeah, I mean, you've highlighted it already, but just to reiterate, 22 kills for Flamesy. He's been
Spinx is having a great map too, apparently.
Yeah, new addition
for him.
Thriving. A whole lot more competitive than Mirage, though.
Oh,
That's
definitely
to be Captain Obvious, I know.
I think OG have got doubled the rounds.
Yeah, and there's still a lot more to be played. Here we go, round 25 underway.
This home stretch for OG, if they don't win this round, it's going to look very grim. Next round, 2,400 loss bonus. If they lose a side again, probably some more saves. So just foreshadowing the decisions that the CTs are going to have to make as they're down this home stretch here looking for the magic number of 16. But best place they can start is by peeling this one back and with as many players staying alive as possible. But again, Vitality just never in any rush. Allowing their players to play, as it were. Right, the default spread, let them make the decision, let them look for the fights that they're comfortable with. And Apex gets to call the round based off of how these openings unfold. Now, heavy towards the A main presence on Taquito here in Magisk and Apex. Spinx is quite forward towards B as well, so if they try and push, should be ready for this. And Zywo to set them up on this A search. He's drawn the rotation back from Fiku here, and now outside the search, Spinx has spotted Nexa on the jump.
That'll keep his feet planted.
And it'll keep OG moving because they're not quite sure. They've had pressure B long, they've had pressure A main, and segregated now in the 2-3 split of the defenses. Vitality, job done.
But now it comes down to the execution. FASHR. What? Deleted. Zywo. Not able to find any more. It's Nexus' turn in the spotlight. Nearly 2.5.
Oh.
It's Regali's off at the back of the site that can close this round down. Tries to force away in the flames. And now a one-on-one. With 8 seconds left, Magisk, I don't know, where's the bomb? Got to plant now. Got to plant now. Does Fiku want to run him down? Magisk just wide into it. Fiku can't believe his luck, and that's a bit of an oopsie. He has all the time in the world with the bomb down. Thinks he's got time to get away. Fiku, by holding his nerve, profits with a big round for OG.
Yeah, I think if you're Magisk there, you think that he's just walked up close sight. So as you try and move either side, he's already close. That's why I've gone wide to hope that if he is holding a tighter angle, that you swing past it.
Sure, in my head, I see it as in Magisk is like, well, I haven't heard anything, and I've got this bomb down. He's either really close or he's still on his way. He's still rotating through. But this was quite
It just seemed like that there was interesting. It was like, is Zoe really clearing the corner? It was hard to tell, right? Like, it was kind of just as he wasn't jiggling. He was just waltzing around the corner and still pulled that one off.
Good bet for it, yeah.
Yeah, good delaying from Regali here. You can see under the pressure. I don't think the Flames would have spread all the way into that corner, but didn't want to take the risk under pressure late.
Patience rewarded.
And back into the lead for OG. We've got a game now.
You certainly do. Still, it's so, I mean, they're doing it the hard way with these buys. They've
finally some pep in the step.
Oh, running him down Fiku. He has to be focused on his crosshair here. They're testing him, and Flamesy rewarded. Apex cut down. Regali provides it to keep us level. An even keel as we sail into round 26. Flamesy set up to take that mid space, and a molly smoke combo deal forces a rotation through the beach. Flamesy's very
Keto's isolated.
loud about this. Yeah, Keto knows he's got to have both of these extremities held, and ZywOo good. They're in. One back from FASHR if he can finish it off, and Nex is the one to do so. A gap in the smoke could be exploited. Flamesy's not ready for all of them, surely. Yeah, FASHR another big frag, and it looks good for OG to take 14, unless Magisk can come up clutch. Oh, and he can! A snappy two-piece.
He can't quite believe that himself. That was a wild last shot there. Show me that one again. Damn, that was a brawl. The skirmish on the side there and now bottomed out of OG, a big round. The reason I say massive frag in the rotation in, because if they let them establish on the side, there's no way they get into that. Fighting here, trying to battle in as Fiku gets isolated mid. Regali feels like he's everywhere, doing a great job rotating. Nexus steps out, the skirmish is on, the bomb not planted yet. And Magisk, this second one just flipping on up, bang! Regali goes down and saves the day here for Vitality. Beautiful work from the Dane. And look at what it's done here. OG, they've had to invest something. The loss bonus, 1900 into the next, and a bit of a sinking feeling here. 14 feels like a certainty now for Vitality.
He can't afford to trip over or stumble. ZywOo using that Mag 10 to perfection. Extra nimble, extra cash, and extra pace. They're in to the B side. And OG, that sinking feeling indeed. You know, that rock in your stomach as you realize you're running out of rounds.
And this is a nice way to get yourself acclimatized here in Cologne if you are Vitality. First game for them within the group stage. OG have had to come in through the play-in. Spotted now, Fiku as well. But this is it, the reigning major champs. They make a change. Dupree out, Flames in. That fresh team smell. Just with only one new name, and the expectation still just as high. I think you even heard from Blair on the desk saying, you know, he liked the change. He liked the fact that they're willing to be proactive and try and future-proof here. Well, to come in, pick up a 2-0, set yourself up with a match against Mouse, and that match will determine who's going to make their way into the playoffs. Sure, later in the tournament, work out if it's going to be the semifinals or the quarterfinals, but you win 2 best-of-3s, stay within that upper bracket, get yourself into the Lanxess. That's the mission for Vitality here. Considered one of the world's absolute best right now. You could have a conversation, heroic Vitality. Sure, it's a barroom conversation that you can have until the cows come home. But this Vitality team, I'm sure that now that they've got that taste for the trophies, especially the big ones, they'd love to pick up a couple more. And Cologne's always a fantastic one to add to that cabinet here. 15, their round. Deagle for Fiku, a nade for Keto. The rest, USPs. And this has been much more of a competitive affair here. I have liked some of the individuals for OG throughout. This is a learning process for all of us, as well as OG with a new roster fresh into the season. Blast, a good way to warm into things. Cologne, a good opportunity to put what you have practiced so far to the test. And this has just been their first showing on Anubis, which has been competitive. Yeah,
no, very promising signs, I think, across the board. Regali, a very exciting AWPer, and then you look at the talent in the rifling department. You've got FASHR, who's having his fantastic moments. Keto and Nex are known to be a fragging in-game leader. If everything aligns, OG a contender, as they have been here on Anubis. But yeah, this, unfortunately, not going to be their round. 28, and it looks like it will be 15 for Vitality. Walking into the open A side.
Just while we have the time, I'm going to do a mainstream checkup here. We do have Cloud9 versus 9 in the map pool. Vertigo, Ancient, Anubis, the Holy Trinity out to play yet again here. And, well, 9, we know the woes they have on a map like Ancient.
Yeah.
And continues to come be that thorn in their side here. They will be heading to the distance, the third map, which is the same as we find ourselves on right now, Anubis. So you can check that out with Scrawny and Launders. What was the URL again?
ESL.gg/TwitchA.
Okay. Do they have that for YouTube and stuff as well? Is that YouTube A, YouTube B? I'm asking the silly questions now, aren't I?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. Maybe they should.
Maybe they should. Maybe they could. And
are we defending the bomb, Vitality? Or
I'm a little concerned. Flamesy is not, though, with a very quick... yeah, Sonic got his hands in the air. Whoo, guys, are we cool? Are we cool?
Yeah, well, you get that little bit of stress. I'm always that guy in the post, like, someone please stay with the bomb.
Right.
Because, you know, you can't trust your teammates.
I know I'm not. It's not me.
I'm already hunting.
I'm somewhere else.
Someone stay with the bomb.
Yeah, please. Oh, timeout, Rugger. Let's see if he can get his troops aligned to force overtime. It has to be 2 consecutive. And in terms of things that have worked, we have seen a lot of miraculous info pushes from these CTs to keep tabs on where Vitality are going to end up. They tend to be in the right place. and have been able to find how many so far? Yeah, solid haul on this defense, 6 so far.
But mid's been a bit of a problem here, right? The reason that this early stage is as spotty as it was is because we had the back and forth force by wars, and that's before both teams established their full economy. And I would say OG are going to do better when it's a bit more hodgepodge, right? Before you're seeing everybody get the full rifles with the full util. Because if you look at Vitality in the last couple, look at the way they've scaled mid. Red smoke, they've gone with the molly towards the doors. They have the second molly from Magisk over towards rugs that lands deeper in the doors. It clears out behind it so that when they come through, they just have to worry about camera or close in the smoke. So they have a good procedure here, and this time a bit more pace to it. Fast pressure towards B here.
Very fast. FASHR, he completely caught out that pace change. Deletes the
Look at
Dutchman.
Safe haven as well behind
Yeah,
the flames
very
there.
deliberate Molotov. Very cool. Hang on, Magisk just from waiting, poised as Regali puts his head in the vice and it's snapping shut, crunching. OG's hopes have taken us the distance.
Yeah, and you already know it tasted different if you're OG because it's Magisk the one coming and running straight up through dark here. Traditionally over towards that rugs at A position. This time, shell-shocked and a 3-on-4 number disadvantage for OG. Someone's going to have to step up here.
Apex is investigating here, and it's Keto, equipped and ready. Vika with a hard clear. Apex going to get a rude shock here on that quick switch.
Not looking at his screen!
Oh, okay. Horrible surprise for Apex. ZywOo, he'll punish. Catches him pushing main. Nexus on B. Spinx is good for it, so now the bomb can go down. That's when it arrives, of course. ZywOo just about getting it done now. Keto, the unknown entity.
A 1-on-2 for the game here.
Sure, yeah, otherwise the lower bracket is calling OG's name. Spinx, ZywOo. Holding for Keto's walk up on the jiggle. He's not ready for it. Vitality. A good first look, a good first taste in Cologne as they keep their head above water in the upper bracket.
Yeah, see this business as usual here for Vitality. Another day at the office. Map number 1, blew OG out of the server. Map number 2, made to work for it, but showing the classes, showing why they aren't one of the best teams in the world. The pressure on. They take the time as they take their time, they get it done.